quest for one. Us Seahawks fans know your excitement, so just throwing it out there.
It's been a while since boys fans have known the excitement.
Yeah, how about them boys?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh. Yeah, Josh is a diehard Cowboys fan, so I give him a bad time about it all the time. But that's a typical NFL fan banner, though. It's just like up here in the Northwest, where you have fans of like Oregon, Washington, or Oregon and Oregon State, Washington State, Stanford, Cal. You got those guys. It's So it's all good. It is all good. So, but again, congrats to those guys.
Absolutely. Hey, by the way, I was just reading a Twitter post, and one of my buddies was telling me about this earlier. He said he had done some checking into it. Now, I have not checked into this myself, so
okay.
But I thought it was pretty funny that they posted somewhere that I just lost. That was great.
Well, is another horse getting punched somewhere in Philly? Well, dude, they've had 3 in the last few weeks leading up to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah. Well, apparently, as it's posted, the pole climbers, the people who climb the light poles and all that other stuff, trying to pull them over, in celebration or riot. Well, apparently, as the statement goes here, it says, Philadelphia pole climbers, meet your match tonight. As predicted, no Crisco on the poles. Instead, police are using hydraulic fluid. And it's water resistant, too, they said. So this afternoon's rain won't make it any easier for you.
Oh, man.
The statement goes on and actually shows that they're using a...
bottle jack hydraulic fluid.
Bio-based, biodegradable, non-toxic hydraulic oil.
Well, kudos to Philly police.
Hey, getting ahead of it.
Yeah, no kidding, right? So, no, not gonna lie, though, that was a good game.
It was.
It was a good game tonight.
Unfortunately, I had to miss the most of the second half there due to some technical issues here at the studio.
Oh, my God, dude. That was scary. I'm not going to lie, dude. I was nervous.
Yeah.
I was very nervous whether or not I'm sitting back. You're running around like a chicken with your head cut off trying to get the network and everything else fixed here at the studio. And I'm just sitting back watching you run going, oh, my God, dude. Are we going to be able to do it tonight? Are we going to be able to do it?
Hey, I have backup place anyways, so I'm happy the main network came back and we're all good to go, and we're broadcasting. So
yes, thank you.
Good times,
God.
Good times.
Absolutely. So another big thing that's in the news. What do we have here?
What
we got a check in here on our chat here on the Spreaker.
No.
So, from Miss Aaliyah Huggins, sent from Spreaker.com. Just letting everyone know, Gresham Pet Smart Grooming Hut. Really?
Is that an ad?
She's making an ad.
You're making an ad on our show.
Way to go, Aaliyah.
Hey, US 350.
Yeah, 350.
Yeah,
350.
350.
So, as much as I would love to read that, kind of a sponsored deal. So, unfortunately,
moving on.
Yeah,
we will. Wait a minute. I have a response.
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
Why, thank you, Peter Griffin. Do greatly appreciate that. Do greatly appreciate it. So I gotta go into this now. State of the Union. We did not get a chance to give our reactions yet because A, the rest of the network was all tied up the rest of the week with everyone else going off about it, and B, our show unfortunately was Sunday night. State of the Union was Monday night. So everyone else got to say their piece, and now we finally get to say ours.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I know. Yay!
Yeah, so here's the thing.
Cringe.
Here's the thing. There were so many great points brought up, so many positive points that were put up there, and by President Trump.
Yeah,
and it was very. He made it very positive. He made it very, look, I want to work together with other people. I want to work together with the Democrats, with both sides of the aisle. Let's make some things happen.
Absolutely.
Let's improve the quality of life for people. All these different things. And then you go, and right after the debate's done, you go on there, and here's all the Democratic responses to it.
Here's the thing. I have not had a chance to watch any of the Democrat responses yet.
Oh.
because I've either been too slammed with work or I've been in here with the studio working with you.
Just
getting stuff ready for tonight.
Just go watch Bernie.
Oh, dude, I saw Bernie's reactions to a lot of the shit that he was saying, Trump was saying.
I'm not talking his, like, in-chambers reactions. I'm talking about his... dude, you have to watch it. So, everything he says, literally, every single thing he says for the, 50 minutes or an hour-long deal that he does after the fact is completely negative about absolutely every single point. So there's one point where Trump's talking about rising wages, right?
Yeah.
He says, "Hey, wages are on the rise. They've risen, more so than in the past and all that." So, Bernie comes back and he says, "Well, they rose, but once you adjust for inflation, then all people got they got 4 cents an hour.
What?
4 cents an hour?
That's all they got.
The
hell is he talking about with inflation? He's the last person to be talking about inflation. Have they not taken a look at what's happened over the last 12 years?
Well, here's the point.
When it comes to inflation,
but here's the point. Okay, so you're saying that they got 4 cents more than the rate of inflation that calculated. So aren't those people happy to have something more than what the rate of inflation is?
Right.
Regardless of whether it's 1 cent, 4 cents, whatever. I'll tell you, I'm a manager at my work.
Right.
And I can tell you from the hiring process and what we've had to go through that wages definitely have increased. Okay, we're not talking about the people who make the commission based and that kind of stuff, whatever. Right. We're talking about the entry level jobs here, right?
Right.
So people who have little experience, no experience possibly, the entry level job that they're coming in at, they're getting a lot higher wage now than they ever have.
Oh, absolutely.
Back in the day when I first started with the company, you go there and you make $8-10 an hour.
And back then, that was good wages back then too.
Yeah, you get $10 an hour if you were really good.
Yeah.
Well, now they're all starting, way higher than that.
Right.
And it's like, for warehouse, driving, all the grunt labor sort of stuff.
Well, some of that stuff you have to have, a certain skill set for.
Sure.
So you have to have some sort of training or at least a general idea as to what the hell you're doing to even get into that.
Well, you would think so.
But like you were saying, though, it's the fact that the employers now have more to work with because, part of it comes down to, I've seen it in just a short amount of time with the tax cuts and everything else that went into effect starting this year.
Oh, I have too.
And it's been phenomenal. Dude, I'm not going to lie. I find, how they said either the first or your second paycheck by the month of February, you are going to notice a change. Dude, last Friday when I got paid from my regular day job employer, dude, I had like $120 more in my paycheck than what I usually do.
Oh, absolutely.
And my jaw hit the floor.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my, and I was, still paying my usual rates for everything else. All my deductions and everything else come right out of my paycheck.
Yep, never changed your W-4s or nothing like that.
Nothing got changed at all.
Yep.
The only thing that changed was the rate, the actual percentage that Uncle Sam was taking out, and the fact that I actually got more. And dude, I was like, what? At first it threw me for a loop. I'm like, where the hell does this extra money come from? I'm sort of thumbing through my pay stub trying to see it, and I finally spotted it.
So even though the health care costs have gone up, and the amount that I have to pay, the premium that I have to pay went up, fairly significantly.
And mine did too.
Yeah.
So,
however, my paycheck was still higher.
Yeah.
And I haven't had any wage change or anything like that. It was still, you could see it, and if you looked at the taxes and compared it to last year at this time versus this year at this time.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's significant.
Yeah, absolutely. So, people are going to get more money to be able to take home, okay? That money that they take home, they're going to be able to go out and they're going to spend it on things.
Exactly.
This is the whole idea. This is the whole trickle-down economics idea.
The old Reaganomics, man.
Exactly.
And the funny thing about it is that a lot of people say, Reaganomics or trickle-down economics doesn't work. Hello, have you not been paying attention to what's been going on since January 1st? Yeah. Especially, here we are, just a month into 2018. And, dude, it's a good thing. And this is actually probably the biggest shot in the arm that the American economy has gotten that I've seen as long as I can remember. And, dude, you and I both are pushing 40.
Absolutely.
And, we were around during the, we were kids during the Reagan years, and, from then to now, I mean, it's insane. But the biggest thing that got me was the fact that you take a look at these key points, that you got up here. You take a look at these key points from the State of the Union. Rising wages. Because employers can actually afford to pay people more of a living wage. I'm not going to say they're going to make it outstanding.
Sure.
You're not going to be living life of Riley.
Sure.
But you're going to be doing better off than what you were before.
Absolutely.
So, the jobs are coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Because now people can afford to actually bring on more people and more jobs due to the lower tax rate. And here's the biggest thing about it is that, to me, it seems like the people on the left, not to get uber political here on the show because politics isn't really our strong point, but I got to be honest. I myself am traditionally I'm conservative, but I have social liberal tendencies, meaning I can adapt. Tendencies. Yeah, I know, that's a big word for me, right?
That was. Where's your dictionary?
I know, right? But no, I mean, I understand you have to be able to grow and adapt with the times. You have to be apt to change. But the core of what made this country, the dream and the foundation that it was built on, that's something I still very strongly believe in. And, being able to earn your way, being able to, there's a difference between a handout and a hand up.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And
that's a big thing, though, is I think that, especially with lowering the corporate taxes, from, I think he said 31% to 22% or somewhere in that neighborhood. It was somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
But anyway, you're making it more palatable for businesses to do business here, right?
Right.
So, Inga wants to know if you hurt yourself with that big word, by the way.
No, we're fine.
But, it makes it more palatable. The automakers that are coming back in and the factories that are opening up and all of that. I mean, I think it's absolutely, terrific. And especially as they remove a lot of the regulation and, all the loopholes and all of these different things that he talked about. I think if all of that stuff actually happens, it's going to be a wonderful thing. So,
right.
I think it's good for the people. I think all the way around, everything he talked about would be good and great for the people. It'll be good for me, I'm sure. So yeah, that's politics on BV Nation Radio,
right? So I'm reading here. It went from come from the Tax Foundation, and these guys get their information directly from the IRS. I'm actually scrolling through. Dang nabbit, I just had it. But anyhow, so the corporate tax went from, what was it, like 35?
Yeah,
I think is what it just said, down to 24.
Okay, 20. Okay.
So that's still an 11-point drop.
Sure.
I mean, dude, that's a considerable amount, man. 11%, that's a big chunk. So, hey, that's more money for business to invest back into their business.
Hey, on a completely different side note.
Okay.
Did you know that Spreaker is available on Alexa?
It is.
Apparently, I got a little Spreaker alert here, and it's telling me about Alexa improving my listening experience. So, I'm gonna have to talk to Alexa tonight.
Yeah, might have to after the show. Be like, hey Alexa.
We could have Alexa as a guest on the show.
No, I'm good, dude. I'm good. So, but just to hit up on some of the key points too. Aside from just the tax cuts, you take a look at the unemployment rate. I mean, just across the board, the demographics all together. It doesn't, and the president made sure to hit on it. He talked about, with the African American, Latino American, in all honesty, I mean, to me, it's not even so much about the race. It's the fact that
I don't care. We're all Americans.
Exactly.
That's what I'm concerned about.
Exactly. You and me both. So that has, I think that's a heater.
No, it's the other thing.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Anyhow, So yeah,